Hey, and welcome to the Feel Better podcast. I'm your host, Roger Tumineri, and with me today is Aras Ruslys from APod in Toronto. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here. So we're chatting a little bit off camera about your setup in terms of where you're located. But before we kind of get into that, I was curious to know, what got you into this field? What inspired you to want to be a physio?
Short answer, too many injuries in the past. Long answer, while I was dealing with all those injuries, I just fell in love with the human body, taking a lot of biology, science courses, and that kind of just sparked my interest a little bit more. The more I had to receive more physiotherapy and, had a surgery on my knee, that just kind of pushed me into that realm a little bit further. Started feeling like, okay, I like this. I like being active. I like helping people. Want to see how I can stay in the sports realm a little bit more, at least maybe not the sports realm specifically, but somewhere in that active population. I didn't really want to have a desk job too much. So that was kind of the easy path to staying somewhat active during the day. So that's probably the longer answer to it.
Right. What sports did you play?
Growing up, mostly basketball, a little bit of baseball, and then dabbled into anything and everything else. So track and field, volleyball. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people in that seat, and many of whom have gotten into their respective fields because of injuries in the past, primarily sports-related injuries.
Yeah, once you have one, it's you hear too many stories of other people dealing with things, and you go through it, and it's like, hey, I know how to rehab this now, so why not share that information with other people and say, here, this is how you are best capable of dealing with injuries and things like that. So, and with all the sports that I continue to play, it makes it easier for me to rehab my own injuries.
That's
too,
right.
So.
Yeah. Wow, that makes sense. So you literally walked here today.
Yeah.
So tell our listeners and the folks watching, where are you located in Toronto?
I'm located, maybe a kilometer from here, just on Delta Street. So it's kind of in the Alderwood area, South Etobicoke. We've been here for about 8 years now. Moved just up the street, so it's only 300 meters for me to walk to work. So in case of emergencies, I'm usually around and I can, come down the street and see someone as a one-off here and there. So it makes it nice and convenient because I'm local. I'm not traveling anywhere, and I like to kind of get to know people in the neighborhood. And it's always nice when you're walking down the street or running down the street and you see people and you can wave and say hi to them. So that makes it a little bit more enjoyable too.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about your average patient.
Yeah.
Is it primarily folks from around your clinic, or are you drawing specifically certain types of patients?
It's anyone and everyone. I've been working in the field and back here since I was overseas for a number of years and then came back in 2015. So I've been back in Toronto working since then. So from the various clinics that I've worked at, people have followed me and they continue to see me at my current home practice. It's over the years expanded, ever since COVID, people have been working from home more. So instead of seeking, care where their work is, they want to stick to something a little bit more local. So yeah, I'm starting to see a lot more people within the neighborhood, which is always nice. And then word of mouth, patients will come, family members will come. They'll spread word to teammates on soccer teams, baseball teams, whatever it might be, and then so that's kind of the general population, and it's a mix of athletes. I specialize in a little bit more concussion and vestibular management too. So people that are dealing with dizziness and car accidents, things like that, all undergo a lot of treatment and assessments for patients like that. Yeah. But that's on top of all the orthopedic and sports related injuries as well.
Yeah, it's great. I think we're much more sensitive towards concussions now than we would have been 20 years ago, which is great.
Yeah, you get some people coming in with a light little bump to the head that are very nervous, and then obviously people that are having very severe accidents coming in. So it's kind of a broad spectrum of injuries. Some people with very minor kind of symptoms, and then other people with really complex cases that can take a little bit longer just because there's more to it. So it makes it interesting. It's never the same thing, which is kind of a little bit more fun for me.
Right, right. So you've got a cool job. You basically make people feel better every day. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. Makes me feel great. It's as much as I like to think that we make people feel better every day, there's always chances that someone's not going to feel better instantly. There's takes time. Injuries, there's a bit of a timeline that they take. So it's we try our best. We're not miracle workers, but generally for the most part, people will get better. It might take a few days, might take a few weeks, depending on the scenario. But seeing people get better and get back to what they like to do is kind of the most rewarding thing. Especially when they've been off for a longer period of time and it's been something that's more complex. They've had to see multiple doctors or multiple physiotherapists in the past, and they suddenly come. We make them, figure out what's going on, get them feeling better, and that's kind of one of the more rewarding scenarios. It's definitely makes you feel good.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's a noble profession, and like you say, it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And it's not a desk job, which you never aspired to begin with. So it must be like in line with all of your interests.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of note taking and charting that we have to do, and I'm on my feet working with patients, 7, 8, 9 hours a day. But then we still have to do all that extra paperwork at the end of the day, so it adds a little bit. So there's a little bit of desk work, but I try and do it standing. I try and do it on the move if I can, but it's still not as much as sitting for 8, 9 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very cool. So if our audience wants to know a little bit more about you and the clinic, where should they go?
You can find me online. My website's www.arphysio.ca. You can find me on Instagram, AR_physio. I do have a LinkedIn account as well. I think I have a Twitter account, but I don't really post much on Twitter, or X, I should call it. So those are the main ways to find me. But I'm also here locally in Alderwood. So pick up the phone anytime, or check me out online.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem.
And thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Feel Better podcast. Bye for now.